He bought her a brand new car. He paid her rent for over a year, no questions asked. He showed up every time she called, dropped everything to make her smile, and remembered every little detail, her favorite flower, her coffee order, the way she liked her eggs. Every morning started with a "Good morning, beautiful" text. Every night ended with "Sweet dreams, my queen." He gave her consistency, attention, effort, everything she said she wanted, and yet, she still left him, not for a man who had more money, not for someone taller, stronger, or better looking. No, she left him for someone who barely texted her back. Who didn't buy her anything. Who didn't even try, and that's what broke him. He kept asking himself, what did I do wrong? I did everything for her. But here's the truth that most men refuse to accept: women don't care about what you do for them, unless what you do aligns with who you are. It's not about the car, the rent, or the sweet messages. It's about how those things made her feel. And whether the man behind those gestures made her feel safe, excited, emotionally alive, or deeply connected, because if who you are doesn't spark her instincts, her natural desire to respect, trust, and follow your lead, then your actions become noise. Effort without emotional impact is like shouting into a void. It's not that she didn't appreciate the things he did, it's that those things didn't touch the part of her that decides who to stay with. And here's the brutal twist: the man she left him for? He didn't give her gifts. He gave her feelings. He made her feel tension, mystery, polarity, excitement, maybe even chaos, and whether that was healthy or not, it was real to her. It moved her. So no, this isn't just another heartbreak story. It's a wake-up call for every man who thinks love is earned through checklists, gifts, or constant attention. Women are not loyal to your effort. They're loyal to how your energy makes them feel. You could give her the world, pay her bills, take her on fancy vacations, write long love letters every week, but if your energy feels needy, insecure, or emotionally weak, it repels her. Why? Because deep down, women don't respond to logic, they respond to vibes, to presence, to emotional tone. That's the real currency in a relationship. If your presence feels like pressure, if your kindness is soaked in desperation, if your love feels more like a transaction than a choice, she won't say it, but she'll start to disconnect. Now here's the shocking part: there's a guy out there who doesn't do half of what you do. He doesn't buy her anything. He barely texts her. He doesn't bend over backward to please her, but when he's around, she lights up. Why? Because he brings emotional tension, mystery, confidence, a sense of challenge, a feeling of security, not just through what he says, but through how he carries himself. He may not give her a lot, but he makes her feel something real, something powerful. This is where most men fall into the trap. They treat relationships like business deals. I did this for you. I was good to you. I sacrificed for you. So you should stay. But relationships aren't contracts. And love doesn't work on a point system. Women aren't wired to reward effort, they're wired to respond to energy. She's loyal to the experience of being with you, the way you lead, the way you speak, the way your presence grounds her or excites her. It's not about fairness. It's not even about what's right. It's about whether you move her on a primal level, and if you don't, all your effort becomes background noise, because in the end, she's not loyal to what you give, she's loyal to what she feels in your presence. It's not about shutting down your emotions or pretending nothing affects you. Stoicism is about being unshakable. Picture this: she's upset, emotional, maybe even accusing you of things that don't make sense. One moment she's pulling you close, the next she's distant and cold. Most men panic in moments like these. They try to fix it, explain themselves, over-apologize, chase her emotions around like a dog chasing its tail. But the Stoic man? He doesn't flinch, not because he doesn't care, but because he understands that her emotions are waves, and he's the mountain. When she's overwhelmed, she doesn't need someone who mirrors her chaos. She needs a man who stays grounded, and that's what makes Stoic men irresistible. He doesn't chase her validation. He doesn't beg for reassurance. He doesn't need her to act a certain way to feel okay about himself. He leads. He lives with purpose. And she either walks with him, or watches him walk away. See, most men make the mistake of orbiting around a woman's moods, trying to win approval, trying to fix every emotional moment. But this only proves one thing, that he is reactive, not centered. The Stoic man knows his values. He speaks with clarity. He acts from principle, not impulse. That doesn't mean he's emotionally distant or dismissive. It means he refuses to let someone else's emotional storm dictate his behavior, and women feel that, even if they don't consciously understand it, they sense it. And they're drawn to it like a flame, because in a world full of emotional confusion, a calm, grounded man is rare, and rare is always valuable. So remember this: Stoicism isn't emotional detachment. It's emotional dominance, starting with your own. When you master that, you stop reacting, and start attracting, and the woman in your life? She'll notice, even if she can't explain why she suddenly respects you more, trusts you deeper, and desires you harder. You've been told all your life, be nice to her. Make her feel special. Do everything for her and she'll love you forever. But what they didn't tell you is this: when your actions come from a place of insecurity, you're not building love, you're destroying attraction. Simping doesn't look like weakness on the surface. It looks like kindness, generosity, care. But the energy behind it tells a different story, and women can feel it. When you drop everything for her, when you say yes even when you want to say no, when you make her the center of your world before she's even earned that place. You're not showing strength, you're showing emotional dependence, and nothing kills desire faster than a man who puts himself last just to win a woman's affection. Here's what you need to understand: attraction isn't built through constant approval. It's built through polarity, masculine and feminine energy balancing each other. The masculine leads, grounds, and stands firm, the feminine tests, flows, and seeks to feel safe. So when a man becomes overly accommodating, trying to please her at every turn, he flips the script. He becomes the one needing reassurance. He becomes emotionally fragile. And that makes her feel like she has to lead, and when she's forced to lead, she loses attraction. It's not because she's ungrateful. It's because she's wired to respond to strength, not submission. This doesn't mean you should be cold or disrespectful. It means your kindness should come from confidence, not fear of losing her. Be generous, but with boundaries. Be loving, but never at the cost of your self-respect. Be available, but not always. Let her feel your absence sometimes, because when you value yourself, she learns to value you too. He doesn't flood her phone with messages. He doesn't shower her with gifts. He doesn't bend over backwards to make her feel special, and yet, she thinks about him constantly. She checks her phone for his name. She feels butterflies when he walks in the room. Why? Because his energy says one powerful thing: I don't need you, but I choose you. That single mindset shifts everything. He's not trying to prove his worth. He's not trying to earn love by overgiving or overchasing. He knows his value, and he invites her into his world without ever begging her to stay. This is what creates real loyalty: not flowers, not flattery, but presence, purpose, confidence without arrogance. He doesn't chase women because he's too busy chasing his mission. He doesn't get lost in drama because he's anchored in peace. He doesn't fear losing her because he doesn't lose himself. And ironically, that's exactly why she stays, because women don't want to lead the dance, they want to feel safe in your lead. They want a man who's emotionally self-contained, who listens but doesn't get rattled, who cares, but never compromises his boundaries. You don't have to do everything, you just have to be the man she can trust, respect, and emotionally lean into. Because here's the truth: if she feels your strength, she'll stay, even if you do less. But if she senses weakness, she'll leave, even if you give her everything. Final words: stop trying to buy loyalty, stop believing effort alone creates love, start becoming the man who commands loyalty, through stillness, clarity, and quiet power. That's the man women respect. That's the man they crave, not because he forces them to stay, but because their instincts won't let them walk away.